I'm going to start again. Today I've got my same disappearing shock trick in effect. If I go like that, that'll disappear before long because the blackboard is wet and I can't keep it dry on that side. I wrote my notes up here. Now that'll change very fast because the weather has changed. The air's getting drier. The slate is cold. Alright, anyway, that stayed on there. This is the 99th day, first video. And I'll do 3, and that'll give maybe the board a little bit more time to dry off. The first one, what I want to do is just say a little bit more about what I had to say about Islam yesterday. There is a website, which I had forgotten really that I had, but it's pretty neat to look at. Corpus Quran, quran.com/word-by-word.jsp. I had tried, at a certain point I decided I'd like to read Arabic word by word. Part of my interest was linguistic. Part of it was, I continue to be curious about the Quran. Anyway, it's worth looking at, I think. What they've done there, you see, Arabic is written the opposite way, not from left to right, but right to left. The opposite from the way we write English, and there's that issue and all kinds of other issues having to do with a very different grammar. Arabic is not one of the Indo-European languages, and so the grammar is quite different. Well, anyway, I wanted you to see that, check it out if you're interested. You might be. I had a little story about Senegal, which just very briefly I'll tell you. I like to sometimes point that out. I lived in Senegal one summer when I was about 21, I think, working for the Peace Corps, and in that country was predominantly Islam, Muslims. And in the town I lived in, Bignona, we could not have bought wine or beer normally because of that matter of, well, alcohol, it's forbidden. Muslims don't think it's good to drink. But there was a small Catholic community there. There was a Catholic church, and because of that it was possible to buy beer and wine. I think I mentioned that alcohol, I think I did, you could tell that that was probably an Arabic word by the AL. Well, there's 2 others, alfalfa, algebra, and there are other ones. It's not a sure sign, but there are certain very major things that we have from Arabic, the Arabic languages, in the etymology. You would have to go back in the notes where I talk more about etymology. I should point out that the Christians, the Muslims, and the Jews, they worship the same God. That comes as a surprise to a lot of people. They think Allah, that's some other God. No, Allah is the guy who, or the God who put Adam and Eve in the garden, Noah's Ark. If you go back far enough, it's the same God. The division in my mind occurred in the sons of Abraham. Once you get past Abraham, there's a split there. Isaac, the Jews descended from him. Ishmael, Arabs descended from him. There may be mistakes in what I'm teaching you. Be aware of that. And I like to point out that just as in the early days of the Muslim faith there was a split between the Sunnis and the Shiites, well, in the early years of the Christian faith there was a split between the Eastern Orthodox Church and the Roman Catholic Church. And I just like to point that out. Now, of course, later, within the Roman Catholic Church, there was a major split, which I'll talk about when we get to the 16th century. All right, that is about what I had taught yesterday. Now I'll go on to other videos. Slowly my blackboard is drawing off. I'll see you in just a minute.